Better bring an umbrella if you're coming to this match tonight. Vanderbilt and Florida on a rainy Friday night here in Nashville with the VU Soccer and Lacrosse Complex. Bringing this match, let's look at the Gators starters. They expect to bring a 4-2-3-1 alignment for Coach Becky Burley. Savannah Jordan talked about her in the open. 13 multi-goal matches in her career. All-American last couple of seasons. Kristen Westfall, a senior, 2013 All-American, 6 assists, 81 career matches. Claire Faulkner, fellow Ohio native, another senior, second-team All-SEC last year. And there's the goalkeeper for tonight's match. It's Kaylin Marquise from St. Petersburg, a freshman, 3 games. This will be her third start of the season, 3-0 record. With a shutout, 77 goals against average, 7 saves on the season. Becky Burley, the veteran coach for Florida. She's only a coach in Florida history. Third in wins among active coaches around the country. The only woman in the top 5 on that list. 443 wins overall on her resume. For Vanderbilt, starting group looks like this for Darren Ambrose tonight. Of course, Simone Charlie up front. 7 points, 3 goals, and an assist. Had that assist on the goal on Sunday. 17 career goals. Taylor Elliott in the lineup tonight. Coach Darren Ambrose very happy with her play, and Aaron Myers on the back end there. 90 minutes every time out for the 2-year captain. And Christiana Ogunsami in net, 5-4-1 record, 2 shutouts, 10 goals against, 37 saves. And Coach Darren Ambrose, first season at Vanderbilt, 15 years at Penn, very, very successful there, and off to a good start here as head coach of the Commodores. His team 5-4-1, got the 150th win back earlier this season. Ready for soccer from Music City. Settle in and see how the Commodores play against the 9th-ranked Florida Gators. Big test for Vanderbilt tonight. As Florida tries control, and you look at the field conditions, Megan, and it's a little wet out there. This rain seems like it's picked up as we've gone through the evening here and got closer to the start of this game.
Yeah, it definitely has, and this field has gotten wetter by the second. So it's going to be an interesting match. You never know how the weather is going to affect one team or the other.
One thing, in talking to Darren Ambrose earlier today, he said they would press early in the match, try to get an early goal, at least try to make something happen. You don't want to fall behind and try to chase Florida the whole night.
You definitely don't, and going in and playing a top-ranked opponent like Florida, you want to kind of, go strong at the very beginning, catch them off guard, and let them realize that they're going to have to work for it here at Vanderbilt's home turf.
There's Danae O'Halloran with the throw-in, finds Simone Charlie, knocked away by Tricoli, and here come the Gators the other direction with Smith. Watching Florida in some of their matches, saw that big upset against, really not a big upset, but a big win for them against Florida State, which is ranked number 1 at the time. And I saw the game against Ole Miss a week ago. One thing you notice, they pass very, very well. Gets that ball down left side for Elliott and knocked out of play. Darren Ambrose saying that they can't let him just sit out here and connect with pass after pass. You see the weather, light rain in the forecast. That's what we have right now. 67 degrees as we start this match tonight. Tied the match, but saying that they changed their style a little bit earlier in the season, and it wasn't anything that she was doing wrong. It was just, with some of the changes they made, didn't provide for as much playing time. But with Casey Scarpa out of the lineup, getting the start tonight, see how she performs in this match.
Yeah, she's definitely stepped up this season, seeing way more playing time than she did last year, and she's making a definite impact on the field.
What about nerves in a game like this? You play a top 10 team, you want to prove that you're a program on the climb and you belong out here. And these Florida players, a lot of them with so much experience and know how to get the job done, home or on the road.
Yeah, there's definite nerves. I think it depends on how you look at it. Some players will look at it as, they're expected. They're playing a top 10 team, so people are expecting them to not win. So all they can do is go out and prove everybody wrong.
DeZeo sends that one to the opposite side of midfield, played by Westfall. Near side Tricoli, and there's Sasha Gray to get the takeaway for Vanderbilt right at midfield.
Florida's doing a great job of moving the ball around, and we're seeing that possession that you were talking about earlier.
Charlie, see if she can get something started for the Commodores right here. Leaves it off middle of the field for Lydia Simmons, who's had an excellent month for this Vanderbilt squad. Charlie working the left side, a collision. Ball bounces near the sideline and knocked out of play into the Florida bench. There is Simone. Whether there's All-Americans on the other side or whoever's out there, she's usually the fastest person on the field, or close to it anyway. Tried to send the ball inside the box. Didn't happen there. There's Lena Granados.
Some great footwork there by Granados.
Simmons, first shot of the night. Played in front of the post by Marquise.
On nights like tonight, you definitely want to take shots when you have them because of the rain, because of the way the ball will skip on the ground. You know, there are plenty of chances for the ball to deflect off the goalie, off a defender, so you definitely want to take as many chances as possible.
Take a weird hop or just be hard to hang on to for that goalkeeper. There's Tricoli, number 15. They will miss Casey Scarpa, though. The transfer from Florida State suffered a concussion in that match against Evansville on Sunday. A collision on a header, not available tonight. They hope to have her back for the Tennessee game. Maybe a first opportunity for the Gators right here. See if Vanderbilt can knock it out of trouble. Able to do just that. Back out toward midfield for Simone Charlie. Westfall there to play it for the Gators. Early minutes. About 5 minutes played. Vandy in Florida.
Vanderbilt's definitely playing more direct. As you mentioned earlier, they were going to come out. They were going to put a lot of pressure on Florida, and they're definitely putting the ball up the field and trying to get as many opportunities early on.
There's Marquise. Trip, first whistle of the night will be a foul up against Vanderbilt's Lydia Simmons. Riding the free kick for the Gators. There's our officiating crew led by Andrew Ellsworth, Matt Drew, and Andy Moss, the others. Kristen Westfall will take the kick after everybody's ready. Back out for Simmons, who has some room to operate, and Simone Charlie on her right. Can she get a chance right here? Gators strong on the ball and knocked off of Westfall and out of play. Have our first corner of the night coming up for Vanderbilt. Facts on Simone Charlie from Hoover, Alabama. First team All-Conference last year, All-American in track and field, junior forward. 17 career goals entering tonight's play. And that great setup for the game-tying score on Sunday as Lydia Simmons gets ready for the corner kick. See her take most of them for Vanderbilt.
See if they can serve this back in.
O'Halloran, big bounce. Charlie trying to get there and sneaking inside that near post.
It was a good opportunity there for Vanderbilt. And as I mentioned earlier, with this rain and the way the ball skips on the ground, you have to take every chance you can get. And she does a great job of getting on the ball there.
So Savannah Jordan there with Charlie. Two of the league's best. Opposite side, Kelsey Tillman. Time we called her name tonight, Aaron Myers. Thought Vanderbilt would press the issue early in this game. They tried to do just that. Doherty Howard, number 28. And there's Lauren Smith as well, number 6. Now the Gators will try to get things moving the opposite direction. Interesting to hear Coach Becky Burley talk about some of their goals as far as passing from game to game. They want to attempt 500 passes per game at an 80% completion rate. Not as effective, she feels like, when they dribble a lot. Rather be moving the ball and giving yourselves opportunity that way. Pelayo there a moment ago. Whistle stops play.
This is definitely a different type of Florida team. Usually in the past, they've been, they've won on athleticism and speed, and now you can see more of a possession-style soccer out there.
See the series history very lopsided in favor of the Gators over the years. 27th meeting tonight, but Florida's won pretty much all of them. 23-2-1. Vanderbilt, since 2000, only one draw to show for their matches with the Gators. But you've put up a couple points against Florida over the years. We were looking at the records there, a goal and an assist.
Yeah, I did. Didn't win the game, though.
But you remember those scores, of course?
Of course. Can't forget them.
free kick. Vanderbilt, plenty of help. Ogunsami now, and able to get there just in time before Savannah Jordan arrived.
It's a dangerous area for Vanderbilt tonight, letting Florida get in on that 18-yard box.
Granados turned around but couldn't get there in time before Slattery arrived. Now maybe a chance. Granados. Here's Charlie. And knocked down and played by Marquise to prevent a first score of the night. Simone with a great chance. About 10 minutes into this match.
Great work by Granados to run that ball down, and as we mentioned, it's the weather. The ball kind of slipped out of play there, and Simone had a great chance on goal.
Gators now back on the other end with Tricoli. Granados looking to advance it to Elliott. Back to midfield where Florida plays. Tricoli, number 15 in white. Another of the freshmen. We have a bunch of new players, first-year players on this roster. 15 incoming freshmen among the 32 players. Is the third largest freshman class in the program's history. Class ranked in the top 10. Scoreless match. Vanderbilt's had a couple chances. Florida, one good opportunity early in this game.
Florida definitely taking their time, keeping their composure, playing the ball around nicely.
Brooke Sharp and others had a nice career. 11 goals in 41 matches. Here's Jordan, and Florida takes a 1-0 lead.
Looks like she might have been offsides.
Nope. Wipe it off.
It was a great ball by Florida right through, but she's just a little bit off her line when the ball's played.
You're right. Just a little bit ahead of O'Halloran and DeZeo there. Have to wait another time for career goal number 52. Vanderbilt avoids the first score. Charlie. Granados. Good work there by Faulkner. And Elliott down and shaken up.
Looks like she might have got a knee to the thigh. And a little collision. Yeah.
Yep. The right knee of Cardano.
It's definitely one you can walk off.
She'll stay in the game. Massapequa, New York, the senior. One thing you noted that over the years you always see Florida's players with good size, and she's one for Vanderbilt that has that same characteristic.
Yeah, she definitely will do well tonight against this Florida squad with her size and her strength.
Darren Ambrose saying he liked her demeanor too, that she's kind of a bull in a china shop type player, then that served her well. If they had too many players with the same type personalities, it makes it a little easier to defend, but she's a little different.
Once she goes, she's not going to stop. She's going to run through anything in her way. And that's what makes her so effective.
Pelayo. Westfall. Back to the opposite side of midfield. 12 minutes into this match, scoreless. Thought the Gators might have the first goal of the night, but for an offside call a couple minutes back. Darren has typically been in the polo and shorts, but busting out the rain gear for tonight's match. It's like the rain's let up a little bit. Kind of a steady shower here the last couple hours. Nothing super heavy that would just drench the place. No thunderstorms or anything like that. Just sort of a steady rain here in Nashville tonight. Now another good chance for Vanderbilt. Ogunsami will have to make a big save. Couldn't do so. Tricoli, the left foot. Florida does get the first goal.
Such a composed finish. She just takes a touch. There's no defenders around, just places it.
Fourth of the season for Sarah Tricoli, the freshman from Troy, Michigan.
definite Vanderbilt defensive breakdown. She's on the left side of the field all by herself. They'll need to readjust their shape in the back. Against the Florida team, you can't leave any of those attackers by themselves.
So just over 32 minutes to play. The Gators lead 1-0. Vanderbilt had hoped to press things early in the game, maybe provide an early goal. It's Florida striking first, and Vanderbilt will have to play from behind, which they obviously didn't want to do coming in. See Simone Charlie.
She might have a bloody nose.
Yeah, I think so. And looks like she might be looking to get some treatment here. She'll step off. See if they sub her out or if she's able to continue. Aaron Ambrose saying, what happened? See if we can pick up what happened. Oh, the ball just hit her in the face. You ever have that happen to you?
I never got bloody noses, luckily, because I don't like the sight of blood.
So just mind over matter?
Yeah.
Vanderbilt get something started. Maybe even this game early on.
Granados again doing the work up top. She's been doing that the whole game so far.
See Elliott back there to challenge for Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt doing a good job of pressing high, which is what their game plan was.
Granados touched that one last. Faulkner over there for Florida, number 8. Mentioned Sarah Tricoli scored the first goal. 5'11" freshman from Troy, Michigan. Had a goal in the 34th minute against Florida International in their game on Sunday when they won 6-1. Making her 4th start tonight. 2014 high school All-American and Michigan All-State performer.
Vanderbilt trying to win the ball from the Florida defense here in Florida's defensive half.
Here's Kaylin Marquise. Ray trying to knock it loose, couldn't do so. Pelayo for the Gators.
Looking for a seam up top, but Logan Sami's able to scoop it up.
Punts it back to midfield. Granados played it, but Florida controls. Charlie trying to get started. Looking to split the defenders. Ball knocked out of harm's way to the right side.
It's a great opportunity for her there, but again, you have to expect these defenses to kind of collapse on Simone Charlie. As soon as she receives the ball in there, she had 3 defenders on her immediately.
Playing in the rain here in Nashville. That one will stay with Vanderbilt. Big collision. Jordan and DeZeo out of play to Florida.
Both up for the header. Feels like it was a 50-50 ball.
That game Sunday for Jordan, her 13th multi-goal match. Had a hat trick earlier this year against Miami. It's her 57th career match. Not a bad goal to match ratio when you've played 56 and scored 51.
It's almost a goal a game.
Charlie looking to make a connection right side for Elliott, broken up.
Vanderbilt again doing a good job of pressing. Florida definitely keeping possession of the ball, but Vanderbilt's keeping it in their half right now.
There's Chicoli, number 15, scored the goal. Good work at midfield by DeZeo. Chicoli continues. Down the left side, Jordan, she's dangerous. Hits the brakes. Nobody there in the middle. And Cater able to play it out of harm's way and advance it downfield. Charlie was onside, but tripped up.
She might have had a good opportunity there if she hadn't got tripped up.
Kevin Ingram, Megan Forrester here in Nashville, the VU Soccer and Lacrosse Complex. See the records there. Each team 1-1 in the SEC in the defeat for both clubs at the hand of Texas A&M.
Vanderbilt moving the ball nicely here.
Here's Elliott working along the right side. See if she can make a cross happen here. She's trying to keep it in play. Goes back to Florida. Take a look at the weather radar from our SEC ESPN network radar down in the control room, provided by Telecast. There you take a look. Nothing other than green over the Music City right now.
Lots and lots of rain.
Yep. Maybe a little heavier than what is anticipated. They kind of thought it was going to clear out of here by maybe 7 or 8 o'clock local time, and it hasn't really happened. Seems like it's gotten a little heavier as the evenings rolled along here. They play on. No pulling out the tarp. Florida with a 1-0 advantage. Lena Granados for Vanderbilt. Chicoli.
Florida taking their time, moving the ball around.
Here's Charlie. Down the right side. Can she get an angle for a shot or try to set something up? Gators right there, so is Sasha Gray, keeps the play alive. Charlie sees it deflected, and Gators will get it back.
Work by Charlie to get that cross in, and Sasha Gray was there but couldn't quite get it on frame.
They've awarded an assist on the goal, by the way, to Brooke Sharp. Going back a few minutes, that score by Chicoli. Jamie Cater scored the game winner for Vanderbilt against Evansville on Sunday. Left side where Westfall gets to it for Florida. Lydia Simmons. Forward. Jordan is down there. Ogunsami well out of net.
Great work by Ogunsami to come out and to clear that out.
She backpedals to get back. Ball to the other end of the field.
You don't normally see that from her, so I think she's definitely starting to get more comfortable in the back and making big plays.
Talking to Darren Ambrose about Christiana today, saying that they like her work on the routine plays for the most part. They need her to step up in games like this and make spectacular plays when those are necessary to either keep you in a game or give you an opportunity to win one of these. Backside, Granados just missed.
What an opportunity for Vanderbilt. A beautiful cross in. Granados is on it, just right over the crossbar.
There she was.
She's going to want that one back later tonight.
Got a lot of real estate there, especially to her left. And the right of the goalkeeper, Marquise. Lena will take a breather. 24 minutes to play in the half. First sub of the night for the Commodores. Here comes Florida the other direction. Darty Howard. Into the box, headed out of the vicinity of the goal by Vanderbilt. Turn and a shot. Ogunsami up to the challenge as Chicoli got it on frame.
Nice little shot, but Ogunsami's there right to the keeper.
Gray for Vanderbilt.
Nice little spin.
Over to Elliott. Went right to Faulkner for Florida. Now Aaron Myers racing back with Jordan bearing down, and does the wide thing to just send it over the sideline.
Definitely playing it safe there, knowing that she has an All-American running behind her. Doesn't want to give her any opportunities.
Darren Ambrose, his team, about halfway through this first half, down 1-0 against Florida. 9th-ranked team in the country coming in here, and they were the preseason pick to win the SEC. Mentioned both these teams lost to Texas A&M, and A&M fell at South Carolina last night. Excellent match.
That's the exciting thing about the SEC. You never know what result you're going to get.
Pretty fired up down there in Columbia last night. Ogunsami goes up in traffic with Jordan there again. One thing you notice early in this game, if there's a ball in the area of the goal, it seems like Savannah Jordan's always in the same zip code.
She definitely is, and that's why she has 51 goals. She knows where to find the ball. She knows where it's going to be. She makes sure she's there.
Ball knocked into the first row. Wait for the throw in and knocked out of play one more time. See the rain coming down as you get a look from the sideline. You know what these players are looking at early in this game anyway. They're sharp. Smith to Tricoli and works it over to the right side near the Vanderbilt bench. Mentioned a sub for Lena Granados. It was Kelsey Carrier entering a couple minutes back. Ogunsami.
Good work by Ogunsami to get low, get that ball, especially in this kind of weather. The ball skips so quickly.
Yeah, that's one that could get away from you if not paying attention.
Yeah, if you're not ready for it, those definitely can. But she's definitely ready.
Got to play on the other end. O'Halloran. Now Charlie. Toward the middle. Played down. Elliott. Even at one.
What a finish. Such composure. Great ball by Simone Charlie. She just serves it in the back post. Taylor Elliott has time to even take a touch and just place it right past the goalkeeper.
Here's Charlie with the setup. Second time in 2 games. Taylor Elliott sneaks it between Marquise and the post. Tie game with about 20 minutes left in the half.
That'll give Vanderbilt a little bit of confidence going in to the second part of this first half.
Told you earlier, Darren Ambrose very excited about the way she's playing and shows it right there. Getting Vanderbilt even in this match. Top 10 opponent tonight. Jordan had designs of maybe putting Florida right back to the front. The Gators go back to work on the other end in a tie game. Simmons is looking for a takeaway right there. Didn't happen. Header just missed from Sharp.
Florida's putting it on a little strong now after getting scored on. They kind of stepped it up a little bit and looks like they weren't happy with that goal.
Made them mad. Mentioned they lost to Texas A&M and they came out the next 3 matches, outscored the opposition 14-2. Vanderbilt team trying to show the poise and confidence against a top 10 opponent. Prove they belong in the conversation.
Simone and Charlie doing a great job of pressuring high. Vanderbilt overall as a team have done a great job of pushing up and pressuring this Florida defense.
Right there with the veteran Faulkner. DeZeo with a header. Able to keep control. Good work right there. Cater blasted to the opposite side of midfield for Carrier. Commodores look to attack again. Charlie.
It's a great ball.
There was Elliott sneaking in there again. Simmons. What a save. Did they get it? They award Vanderbilt the goal.
Looks like it crossed the line, and it's a great finish by Lydia Simmons.
Watching from our angle, at first it was tough to see if they kept it from crossing the line. Let's look at Simmons with that shot again.
See, it goes backwards, crosses the line there. You can see when she plays it out that it's over the line completely.
You hit the line, went over the line. Fourth goal of the season for Lydia Simmons. A player Darren Ambrose says is one on this squad that understands everything they're trying to do tactically.
Credit to Vanderbilt. They've definitely earned these 2 goals. They're putting the pressure on this Florida defense, and it's definitely paying off.
A 2-1 advantage for Vanderbilt. Just under 19 minutes to play first half. These 2 matchups on consecutive Fridays against top 10 teams. First time Vanderbilt has led. See what kind of answer Florida has in store. You see the scoring summary. Tricola, you got it started. Elliott and Simmons within a couple minutes of each other. Simone Charlie making a whole lot of it happen.
You wonder how Florida will adjust to this right now with only a 3 back. You wonder if they'll go into a 4 back with Vanderbilt pressing so high and putting so many numbers up.
To Charlie. Kind of lost her footing for a moment. Whistle stops play with a collision.
Looks like it'll be a free kick for Vanderbilt right outside the 18-yard box.
Charlie and Cardano got tangled up, and maybe another good opportunity here.
Yeah, she looks like she got kicked in the ankle there after the play. Right outside the 18-yard box.
Cater will take the free kick. See the Florida defenders sliding a little to their right to try to get a good angle.
This distance, if you're a Coach Ambrose, you're probably going to tell her to take a shot. Put it in the back of the net.
Scored a winner on Sunday. Has a kick here with 17 and a half to play in the first half in a 2-1 game. It'll be Elliott. And that ball tracked well by Marquise, who makes the play. Excuse me, that was Lydia Simmons, I should say, number 3. Seeing a lot of great work out of both of those players, Elliott and Simmons.
Got to give credit to Vanderbilt defense right now. They're doing a great job of slowing the Florida offense.
Kept in play by carrier number 11. Gators with Lauren Smith, number 6. See the time and score. Had 3 goals in this first half. This will go in Vanderbilt's direction. Asked you before we started, Megan, about the rain and the conditions and kind of who that favors. I wondered if it didn't favor Vanderbilt, but you talked about Florida. They're always so physical that serves them well in any type of weather.
Yeah, and when you have weather like this where you don't really know where the ball's going to go, it can skip here, it can skip there. The physical aspect of the game definitely comes into play, and fortunately for Vanderbilt, they've stepped up to the challenge tonight, and they're doing well dealing with those circumstances.
Saul Simmons trying to keep it in, went off her teammate Carrier. Gators get the throw in with Smith now, and Cardano back there, number 19. Here's Kayla Marquise, giving up as many goals tonight as she had in more than 200 minutes. May have heard there, they award an assist to Simone Charlie on that score by Simmons. Entertaining first half of play. 30 minutes into it.
It's definitely more goals than we normally see on the first half of these home Vanderbilt games.
But you like the way they're able to finish. It seems like we've seen so many matches where they've had great opportunities in the first half and just haven't been able to get them to go, but been able to convert those chances when they've had them tonight.
Exactly, they definitely have, and that's something we haven't seen, and so hopefully that continues going forward.
Florida has so much firepower, and veteran players have been in these situations before. And Becky Burley saying they brought along the young players very well too. She likes the way the veterans in this group showed the freshman the ropes, helped them understand the commitment it requires. And
exactly. And with a number 9 team like this, it's still very early on. They're not going to come back out in the second half and just let Vanderbilt have this one. They're going to work for it, try to get it back.
Pelayo. Gets it back here. Backside of play, Tricoli. Jordan trying to get free, and Florida back even. Gators score to tie us at 2 with under 14 minutes to play.
It's a great finish right in the upper corner. They were able to get in the box, and Vanderbilt couldn't quite get a clearance, and it's a great finish.
There's Sharp. She assisted on their first goal of the night. Now has one of her own to even this game at 2.
She's happy about that.
11th goal of the season, 32nd minute. She had 2 against FIU and also against Oklahoma State back earlier this season. But that's 7 goals in 6 matches for her, so she has been lighting up the score sheet recently as well. 2 apiece.
Starting to see a different Florida team now that they're tied again and they're feeling that momentum going forward. You can see a little bit more aggression and a little more excitement.
First half of momentum swings. It certainly felt like Vanderbilt had it after scoring a goal to tie and want to get even in a span of just a couple minutes. There's Brooke Sharp, junior out of Ponte Vedra, Florida, in the Jacksonville area. 12th career goal, 42 matches. The great-granddaughter of Vince Lombardi. Pass to the other side of midfield. And we'll go in Florida's direction.
Charlie with the chance here.
Had it knocked away. Cardano, number 19. Sub coming for the Commodores. Claire Anderson check in. Will replace Taylor Elliott in the lineup for Vanderbilt. See Claire? Talking about Vanderbilt players with experience. Junior from Seattle. Played 52 minutes in that match against Evansville back on Sunday. 10 minutes in a reserve role at Texas A&M.
Looks like Simone was trying to get a corner kick there. Couldn't quite get it. It's a throw in for Vanderbilt.
O'Halloran will take it. Cater. Marquise over to her left to pick that one up. Tie game at 2, just over 12 minutes left, first half. Excellent throw out to midfield where she got it to Tricoli. Westfall, number 20, over to Faulkner.
That pressure from Vanderbilt, you're seeing it kind of fade a little bit here going into the end of the first half. Not as much pressure up top. It's maybe saving some legs, giving themselves a rest.
What's sort of the breaking point on that, where you back away a little bit after that initial push you make?
Well, I think it depends. You put some fresh legs in, so you're hoping that those fresh legs will go in and apply that pressure that's kind of faded here.
Simmons. Anderson now. Sliding play carrier. Florida recovers with Faulkner. Kevin Ingram, Megan Forrester here in Nashville, 2 apiece. A 4-goal first half. Gators with goals 1 and 4. Vanderbilt the 2 in the middle. Lead that lasted about 5 minutes for the Commodores before Gators are able to get back even. A goal by Brooke Sharp.
Definitely an exciting first half.
down the left side. Savannah Jordan with Christina DeZeo there.
DeZeo doing a great job of kind of disrupting her tonight so far.
When you face a talent like Savannah Jordan, what are some of the keys to try to keep her in check?
You just can't give her time and space, and she's doing a good job of closing her down immediately, kind of getting her off guard and messing with her a little bit.
Here she is along the end line, and that will give Florida a corner kick.
You definitely don't want Florida getting an opportunity anywhere close to the 18-yard box, the type of attackers that they have.
Westfall will be the one to do the honors. Up top. Kept out of trouble by Simone Charlie. Tripped by Anderson, it looked like. Play continues back to midfield. Under 10, first half, 2 apiece. Westfall. Now Tillman will give chase. Watch it go over the end line, and Vanderbilt will move the other direction. 9:20 to play.
It's been an interesting first half. You know, the very beginning, Florida had control of the ball, and then Vanderbilt kind of took over there midway through the first half, and now Florida is back again pressuring Vanderbilt's defensive end.
These teams each with 1-1 conference records playing this match here in Nashville tonight. It's 2 home matches for the Commodores on this field. Florida with 2 on the road this weekend.
What a ball. From
Charlie.
Aaron Myers to Charlie.
Battling forward, wins possession. Simone had it deflected as she looked to make the cross. Gators roll out the other direction. Jordan Myers. Aaron, veteran presence, the captain for this Vanderbilt team.
Vanderbilt will reset.
DeZeo with just over 8 minutes. O'Halloran with some nifty footwork. Sharp was there for Florida. Here comes Cater.
Vanderbilt doing a good job of possessing it. Probably the most possession we've seen from them tonight.
We've seen in matches where Vanderbilt's been able to get ahead to just keep possession of the ball and make that work for them, but didn't really happen when they had the 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, they definitely started with a different type of soccer style tonight. More of a direct play, pressuring up top. Be a free kick for Florida.
A little tug of the jersey there. 4 fouls called on Vanderbilt tonight, 1 for Florida so far in this match. Shots even at 6, shots on goal even at 4. And the ones that have gone in, tied at 2.
You notice that Florida's defenders are very active. They get forward, they help the attack. See Westfall's moving up and down the field. That's why they're so effective offensively.
Back to the other end where Marquise will play it. 6.5 to go, first half. Here's Westfall. I had a few members of this Florida team play in the Four Nations tourney in Norway back late spring. She was one of them. Off of Tillman and out of play. Talk about experienced players. Kristen Westfall, her 82nd match tonight, had played over 6,300 minutes in her first 3 years. Samantha Chung make her first appearance of the night. Freshman from Boynton Beach, Florida. Replaced Sharp. Scored the game-tying goal. Gators were in front 1-0. 2 goals for Vanderbilt. Sharp with the answer. Even is at 2. That's where we stand. Ogunsami watches that one roll to the corner and out of play. Vanderbilt coaching staff led by Darren Ambrose. Talking about today how he's still hoping to build depth on this squad. Only played about 3 extra players in that game at A&M last week. Felt like they had a couple more. They might have had an even better chance in that game. On frame, Ogunsami there to make the play.
When you're playing a top opponent and you're doing well, you definitely don't want to disrupt the chemistry that you have out on the field. That's probably why he wasn't playing as many players.
Have not seen him go very deep into the bench tonight, and down Casey Scarpa. That's a big loss. The transfer of one of the better players, not available due to a concussion tonight. Elliott getting the start, scored Vanderbilt's first goal at just over 4 minutes to play here. Westfall with Simmons tracking.
Westfall again taking the ball up the field.
All the way to the corner. Able to keep possession, get it to Tricoli.
Vanderbilt having a hard time winning that ball from Westfall.
Slattery, number 16. Here's Jordan. Collision play continues. Vanderbilt couldn't get the clear. Good opportunity for the Gators, and Jordan just missed.
She wanted that one, you could tell. She hasn't had many chances tonight. Vanderbilt's done a good job of double teaming her and closing her down. Probably her first good chance of the evening.
Missed on the header, over the crossbar. There you see the point leaders nationwide. They're with 24, 10 goals in the season, and would have had an 11th back earlier in the game, but offside was called. Would have been the first one of this match. Under 3, first half. Free kick for Vanderbilt coming up near midfield. Two apiece, it'll be DeZeo. Sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas.
Looks like Vanderbilt will get a corner kick out of this.
It does. Simmons going over, you see her.
Another good chance for them going into the second half. Going into halftime.
You can see the rain on some of the camera angles. Actually looks like it may have let up a little bit here as Simmons gets set. Over by John Russell.
Go, Luke, go! Owen, go, move, 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 move! Just send it.
Boy, look at that battle going on.
Yeah, that
Cater and Palaio.
was intense. Definitely both pulling jerseys, but one I think tried to pull shorts and jersey.
And the foul will go against Palaio.
Yeah, that was.
See the foul totals. 7 called in the match, 4 on Vanderbilt in this half. About a minute and a half to go. Opening 45 and what's been an entertaining match. 2 goals for each side.
Vanderbilt pressing again.
Sasha Gray. Called her name too much tonight. Roll back to the outside with a minute to play. Coming up at halftime. Look at the schedules for these teams. I have your highlights and stats from this first half. There'll be a bunch of highlights to look at. 2 goals for each side with under a minute to go. Florida trying to take a lead to the locker room. Headed out of danger, but the Gators continue on offense. A blast goes beyond the goal. Vanderbilt will send it the other way with 35 seconds. There's Darty Howard. Maggie had an unassisted goal against the Commodores last year, playing in her 57th career match tonight. Simmons to Charlie with 10 seconds. Seconds tick away in this first half of action. Played 45 minutes in Nashville. Vanderbilt and Florida, 9th-ranked Gators in town. Vanderbilt even at 2 with Florida. Tricoli for the Gators. Elliott and Simmons for Vanderbilt. Sharp to even things up. Go to the break. Tied 2 apiece. More to come from Nashville at halftime. Vanderbilt and Florida tied at 2 on this rainy Friday night in the Music City. Back with more in just a moment on the SEC ESPN Network. At the intermission in Nashville, rainy Friday night here on West End. The VU Soccer and Lacrosse Complex tied at 2. Vanderbilt and 9th-ranked Florida. SEC Soccer, both these teams 1-1 entering tonight's play as get deep into the conference season here. Let's take a look at what's coming up for these teams. Gators will be on the road again on Sunday. They'll play a 13th-ranked Auburn. Actually, back-to-back games against ranked teams. Kentucky coming up on October 2nd. They'll be at Tennessee, LSU, and at Mississippi State in the coming weeks. Florida Gators, the pick to win this SEC going into the year. There's what's ahead for Vanderbilt. Home match against Tennessee on Sunday, and then a lot of road work ahead for Darren Ambrose's group. It's been a schedule that's been heavy on home games, especially in September. At LSU, 22nd ranked Kentucky, Arkansas, and at number 17 South Carolina. Megan, some tough road games ahead for this Vanderbilt squad against a couple ranked teams included in there.
Yeah, it's not only is it hard to play against a ranked team, but when you're playing a ranked team at their home field, it definitely gets harder.
So Tennessee, and you can see that match on the SEC ESPN Network on Sunday afternoon. Halftime festivities going on here in Nashville. Still ahead. We'll have highlights and all your first half stats. We continue from Nashville. The rain continues as well here on the SEC ESPN Network. The only loss for each team was against Texas A&M. You take a look at the scoring summary. It was an entertaining first half. Sarah Tricoli got it started. Saw those highlights there a minute ago. Elliott and Simmons a couple minutes apart, and then Brooke Sharp get the Gators back even. 2 has been the magic number for Vanderbilt this season, though. They are 4-0 when scoring 2 or more goals. Vanderbilt on the season has outscored its opposition now 14-13. See how some of those things play out, if that means a whole lot as we get deeper into this second half. Gators the preseason pick to win the SEC in a program that's been ranked in the preseason poll in 19 of the 21 years the program's been in existence. Becky Burley has been the head coach for all of it, and they won a national championship back in 1998, just the 4th season of existence for the program, started in 1995. Get a look at the top 10 this week's rankings. Florida checking in at number 9 this week. Virginia and Carolina and Florida State, A&M, West Virginia. See the rest of them. Florida inside the top 10. They played Texas A&M. They've beaten Florida State. Saw that schedule earlier during halftime. Still a couple more ranked teams in SEC play to come. So the month of October arrives soon. Vanderbilt with transfers from both North Carolina and Florida State. Janae O'Halloran out there tonight, but Casey Scarpa not available, and that's a big loss for Vanderbilt. She has been a player who's played a lot of minutes this first stretch of games for the Commodores, and we are underway with the second half. Match number 11 for Vanderbilt tonight. Game number 10 for Florida this 2015 season. 2 apiece. Megan, it'll be interesting to watch Vanderbilt's strategy in these early minutes of the second half now. They came out and really pressed things to start the game, but what do you expect here?
Well, right now it looks like they're going to kind of hold off on the pressing, but I think you'll see them go back to that. It was so successful in the first half, and that's how they got 2 of their goals, because they pressed and forced a turnover by Florida. Elliott
trying to give the Commodores a good chance. Gators look to advance it the other direction. Kevin Ingram, Megan Forrester, the VU Soccer and Lacrosse Complex here on the Vanderbilt campus.
You can see Vanderbilt's not pressing quite like they did in the first half. They're kind of holding off, giving Florida a little bit more space, probably because of tired legs and just saving their energy going into the rest of this game.
Neither team went very deep into the bench in the first half. Florida with only one sub. That was Chung. Vanderbilt saw Bogan and Carrier and Anderson off the bench, and that was it. Friday night matches, we've talked about this before, maybe a little fresher than you are when you get to those Sunday matches and turning around off the Friday night game.
It's true. The Friday night games, there's a lot of energy, and the Sunday games, you have to be a little more strategic about how you play, who you play, and the amount of minutes that each player gets.
Gators play it forward here. To get something started in these first minutes of the second half. Montegudo, first time we've seen her tonight getting the start to begin things in the second 45 minutes.
Vanderbilt clearing it out, and Florida regaining possession. Lots of time on the ball for the Florida defense.
Gray. And the Florida player hits the turf. Foul called on Vanderbilt. Faulkner, number 8, the one. See the sliding play by O'Halloran and Sasha Gray there with a collision with Faulkner. Free kick for Florida. They'll adjust where they take it. It'll be Westfall.
Serves it into the far post. Nobody there.
Slattery was trying to sneak in there, but couldn't make any kind of connection. Ogunsami will kick it away for Vanderbilt. Or will it be Aaron Myers? It'll be Aaron. Aaron Myers is one of those players you don't really call her name a lot, and maybe in a little different role this season, but such a steady presence for this Vanderbilt group.
She is one of the most solid defenders that Vanderbilt has, and that's probably why she's, closing down Savannah Jordan so well so far at this game.
Done a good job. Savannah coming in with 10 goals, almost had 11, but was called for being offside early in the game. 51 entering tonight's match. Only a junior. Halfway through a junior season. Played down at midfield, the Gators. Montegudo, middle of the field. One of that 15-member freshman class, and pretty excited about those players. Feel like they've come along well, Coach Becky Burley saying.
Simone Charlie doing a good job of coming back to help defend and win the ball, but unfortunately when she comes all the way back to the defense, there's nobody to play the ball to up top. So Florida regains possession again.
Left side. So get the cross done. Faulkner knocked that one off to Zeo. Gray racing over to try to pick it up. Darty Howard was there. And Ogunsami able to hang on. Didn't get it cleanly the first time.
It's that weather coming in again.
Yep.
The ball's slippery. The gloves are slippery. You just have to be extra careful. You have to pay extra careful attention to the details.
That might skip a little differently than it would on a dry field. Nobody hurt right there. About 5 minutes into the second half. Midfield will be a free kick for Vanderbilt with the first foul of the second half called on Florida. Lydia Simmons been a key performer in this successful September for Vanderbilt. Coach Darren Ambrose saying that Texas A&M game last week was maybe a confidence thing for her. She felt like she didn't play all that well. The coaches felt like she played just fine defensively. Felt like maybe nerves were a little bit a part of it, that she so skilled on the ball, but maybe not as much as she thought she should have been.
Most players are definitely more critical of themselves than everyone else
Yeah.
is.
You see game in and game out, her footwork and skill was pretty high level.
It's one of the best in the SEC.
Charlie trying to knock that one loose, give herself a chance. Lydia scored Vanderbilt's second goal that put them in front for about 5 minutes. Only a couple minutes after Taylor Elliott had evened this game at 1. Goes out of play near the Florida bench. Coach Becky Burley, 21st year as head coach down in Gainesville.
Looks like Vanderbilt will get the call back on their defensive end.
Bring this one back out toward midfield.
And a late tackle after she played the ball.
Here's Dan Ambrose. Talking about his team going into that match against A&M, whatever he said made his coaches laugh over there. Said that game at A&M really helped them believe in what they're doing. They lost by a goal, but said maybe going in, as you see the goalkeeper Marquise come out to scoop that one up.
And that one almost got away from her, but she was able to keep her grip. Goalkeeper's having a little bit of difficulty tonight with this weather and the slipperiness of the ball and the gloves.
Going back, sorry?
This is why you definitely want to take as many shots as you can, knowing that that's kind of what they're dealing with.
Rained had let up just a little bit at halftime. It rained about as hard as it had all night to start things off here at about 7 o'clock. You can see it coming down and knocked into the Vanderbilt bench. Going Florida's direction. Darren Ambrose talking about the game at A&M. Once the players saw some things go right, feel like they gave themselves a chance against a top 10 caliber team that gave them a lot of confidence. They understood that they could hang in those type matches. Done so here tonight.
They're definitely proving that they're here to compete in the SEC, and they're not a team to take lightly.
Granados trying to win that one for Vanderbilt. Foul will be the call against Florida.
And the yellow card.
Yellow as well, you're right. See the battle there, Darty Howard.
Looks like there might have been some after the play.
Yellow card, Florida, number 48, Becky Doherty, scored.
Mentioned earlier, she scored a goal in this match last year. I'm sure for Vanderbilt, and you could probably speak to this too, feeling like they have something to prove. And boy, you see a little mix-up right there involving Simone Charlie.
Looks like she's not too happy with the way her wrist is being grabbed. Definitely a physical match tonight.
Grabbing the left arm.
Yeah, she's definitely just holding on to it.
I think "get off me" was the message, if you can read lips right there.
Probably would have said the same thing.
These conference matches, they're always fun. Doesn't matter what sport it is. You have a different level of intensity when you play against teams in your league and players you've seen over the years. I mean,
You used to seeing the same faces.
Yeah, Maggie Darty Howard, they've both been around this conference a while. Elliott. Good work to win that one for Vanderbilt. Back to the opposite side of midfield. And that ball will almost make it back to the concession stand. The gentleman's umbrella down to our right is going to be okay. We've had more balls end up in the stands this season than we've seen the last couple of years. Elliott had Vanderbilt's first goal of the night.
Quick here for Florida. Play it quickly.
Played 10 minutes, second half, still leaving it 2.
Vanderbilt applying pressure, but they're just a step behind.
Over to Faulkner, here's Charlie.
Great win.
Kind of stumbled a bit, kept possession. Looking to blast it in, went off the back of Westfall. Now popped up, inside the box, coming over to play at Marquise with Lena Granados in the vicinity for Vanderbilt. Ogunsami. That could have been dangerous right there. Gators take a shot, score a goal. 3-2.
Ogunsami came off her line to help and didn't quite get back into the goal in time to recover, and that's a great finish. Right over her head.
The blast went right over her hand. Florida has the advantage.
You have to give her credit for recognizing that Ogunsami wasn't on her line and chipping it right over her head for the goal. Beautiful finish.
Betsy Middleton, second of the season, 56th minute. Commodores behind 3-2. They have played so well on this home field. 4-1-1 coming in. They only lost against Miami, Ohio in the season opener. Draw against High Point, a conference win over Mississippi State among the home matches in this month. And now trailing for the second time tonight. They were down 1-0 and down 3-2. Middleton's second goal of the season. Played a season-high 55 minutes against Vanderbilt last season, and success here early second half of this match. Vanderbilt will have to answer again. They came back with 2 goals after Tricoli put the Gators in front early in the match. High-powered Florida offense that came in having outscored their last 3 opponents 14-2. Second straight Friday night. Vanderbilt facing a top 10 team. Faulkner.
And they're definitely putting the pressure on Vanderbilt's defense right now. Giving them a lot to work with.
That one got past O'Halloran, but to DeZeo, who clears it back to the outside. Montegudo.
Vanderbilt can't quite get that connection to their front runners, and they're not pressuring like they did in the first half, and I think that's where they found most of their success. So it'll be interesting to see if they change their style going forward to the rest of the second half.
Gray with Westfall bearing down, and there's Ogunsami to scoop it up. Out to midfield. Collision. Sharp able to keep control after some contact. Gators reset again, leading 3-2. The time and score, 32 to play.
Florida definitely dominating so far this second half, keeping possession of the ball, keeping it in the Vanderbilt defensive side.
This is something that Vanderbilt coach Darren Ambrose talked about can't happen. You can't let them make connection after connection with a bunch of passes, and that's really a lot of Florida's game, is just very solid passing and moving it around. Aaron Myers turns and gets it out to Kelsey Tillman.
Simmons trying to get something going here. Can't quite get it.
Elliott unhappy she was unable to keep the ball in play. Been raining since we started tonight. Continues that way here in Nashville. Took a look at our exclusive radar back earlier in the night. Down to the left side and knocked out of play. Coming into the match, we talked a lot about Savannah Jordan and her terrific work for Becky Burley's squad. Vanderbilt's been able to do a good job defensively on her. If you're a Commodore fan, you kind of knock on wood, though.
Vanderbilt not doing a great job of.
Sharp just missed.
That was a close one.
There's Savannah Jordan right there. We talked about the scoring summary for this match tonight. 5 different players. None of them Savannah Jordan, but for Florida, they probably feel like that's okay. We got the lead, 3-2. But she is always dangerous. We saw her a lot in the first half. If there was a ball inside the box or close to a scoring opportunity, she was right there. Free kick for Vanderbilt after a whistle at midfield.
You can see Vanderbilt losing a little bit of their momentum. They're not quite getting to the ball as quickly as they were in the first half. And if they want to regain a tie and possibly a lead, they definitely need to pick up their pace.
Is it a matter of making some subs and giving him some rest, or what do you think the strategy is here for Darren Ambrose?
I think that he'll have to start putting some fresh legs in, give some of his starters a little bit of a break and put them in and tell them to press high like they did in the first half. Got 30 minutes left in the second half. You have to start looking for those opportunities.
Saw Darty, Howard, and Faulkner kind of collapse on Sasha Gray when she got the ball. Montegudo, number 5.
Florida doing a good job of moving the ball around, keeping possession.
Played 16 minutes, second half. Gators 3, Commodores 2. Ogunsami comes out to play it. Jordan turns around and has a chance as Ogunsami scrambled back. A foul or offside?
Looks like they're calling a foul. Or maybe offsides.
I think she was about a step in front of everybody right there, or behind it, as the case might have been.
She's looking a little frustrated tonight. Can't quite get what she wants out of it so far.
Kick. Maybe a handball there on that play. Well, you see the jersey tugging continues as Charlie turns
Beautiful
around.
Ball. It's a great ball by Charlie.
Gray now missed high and out of play. And the first sub of the second half about to enter for Vanderbilt. Claire Anderson will go in. See who she replaces in the lineup here.
So when Granados is going to go out, they're going to put Sasha Gray up top, and Anderson's going to step in the middle.
Second half, start to get a little deeper in this second 45 minutes. Florida with a 1-goal advantage. Anderson scored a big goal back earlier in the season against Lipscomb in the second half to secure a win on this field.
Vanderbilt putting Sasha Gray up top, probably looking to get a little more speed up there in the attack.
Ordano over to the left, Jordan, as we see some of the other games going on around the conference tonight. Missouri win at Kentucky. LSU and Auburn even in the second half. Faulkner trying to get some space. Middleton has already scored once in this game. Montegudo couldn't get it cleanly right there. Florida continues with this threat. Into the box.
Vanderbilt has to do a better job defensively of getting that ball out and regaining possession up top.
Nice job by Charlie. Kick that one back to the outside where Smith plays it. Anderson.
Can't quite keep possession there. Turnover.
Yeah, they couldn't hang on. Roll to the right of Cristiano Ogunsami. I think Florida's going to get a kick here, though. Like a foul behind the play. Or was it just out of bounds to get a corner?
Look at a corner kick here. Must have been deflected on one of the Vanderbilt players.
Played about 20 minutes in the second half. There's Cristiano Ogunsami, the Vanderbilt goalkeeper. She's made 3 stops tonight. The Gators have scored 3 times. Florida leading in shot attempts, 14-8. The corner kicks even at 2 apiece. Went with the kind of the bunt right there on the corner kick. Faulkner now O'Halloran. Cater arrived and knocked it out for Vanderbilt. Faulkner saying, where's the whistle?
It's definitely a physical match tonight. They're both going back and forth. It's on both sides.
Charlie looking to get something started going the other direction. Good defensive work by Darty Howard.
Not happy with that call.
Saw those two mix it up a couple minutes back. Cardano.
Wide open on the right side.
Logan Sami sees that one top the crossbar and out of play. Meyer sends it away for Vanderbilt, trailing by a goal. The time and score, just over 24 to play. Slattery in near midfield.
See if Vanderbilt can regain possession here.
Simmons and Charlie frustrated. Yep, they're not happy with that call. The shots very much in favor of the Gators. Second half especially feels like it's been dominated by Florida.
Vanderbilt hasn't been in their offensive half too much this second half so far.
Well, it feels like the match after halftime has been played in this end of the field. Lawrence Smith over to Faulkner.
Vanderbilt doing a lot of chasing defensively and can't quite get that type of pressure that they had going in the first half.
I know something Vanderbilt didn't want to have to do was play from behind and feel like you had to chase. Main thing is keep it a one-goal game and give yourself a chance. This Florida team passes so well that they can really just kind of keep resetting and use a lot of clock.
Great work by Westfall.
Another of those experienced players misses above the crossbar. And several times tonight, they've sent it just high.
Incredible footwork, a great little touch, but can't quite get around it for the shot on frame.
Brecksville, Ohio native, the senior Kristen Westfall. Leader coming into this match with 6 assists. Her first 2-assist game in their match on Sunday against FIU.
Simone Charlie, the chance here.
Yep, on the move right side, goes to Gray.
So it'll be offsides.
Well, that's frustrating for Vanderbilt. They kind of had something going right there and go back the other direction.
This is where they have to start paying attention to the little details in the game. And that's the difference between the two teams. Florida, you know, they pay attention to those little details, which is why they have done so well.
Elliott picks it up for Vanderbilt. Gray, can the Commodores get a chance here? Knocked off the ball. Smith got there for Florida. Played back to the outside to Middleton, who scored the goal to put the Gators in front. Vanderbilt about ready for the throw-in, and here comes the sub for Vanderbilt. Kelsey Carrier going in, the freshman. She'll replace Elliott. Imagine we'd see Elliott back in the game, though. Kind of match Vanderbilt really needs her.
Simone Charlie definitely getting frustrated with the calls.
Darren Ambrose voicing his displeasure as well after that whistle against Charlie.
Yeah, it seems like every time Charlie gets the ball, they're calling a foul on her, so you can see the frustration there.
I think we've seen more frustration out of her tonight than maybe some of the previous matches we watched. But some of that a product. You play a top 10 team, a conference match. Gators look to advance it forward. They lead by a goal as we hit about 20 minutes to play. Cater, now Charlie. Looking to get started going the other way. Faulkner with a foot race. Here's Charlie now.
Waiting for some of her teammates to get up the field to help.
Didn't really materialize with Carrier, about the only Vanderbilt player in position to make something happen.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's definitely got to do a better job of getting numbers up when Simone Charlie's on the run.
Marquise, the freshman goalkeeper from St. Pete. Third start tonight. Goals against average under 1 entering tonight's play. O'Halloran for Vanderbilt. Getting back to try to prevent anything from Middleton.
Vanderbilt sending the ball up, but no one's there.
Give the Gators a chance to reset with Westfall. That one will roll over the sideline. Be Vanderbilt's. Tillman will throw it in. Simmons back there with Westfall.
Florida with time on the ball. Vanderbilt does a good job of forcing the turnover there.
Throw it back in near the Commodore bench. Florida's content to do just this. Keep resetting. Marquise back out to midfield. Sharp has one of the goals tonight for Florida, number 11. Hogan Sami now boots it over to Tillman.
Does a good job of getting out of that one.
Carrier, freshman from Atlanta.
Can't quite hold on to it.
Carrier got the start against Evansville back on Sunday. And a lineup here, key minutes against a top 10 opponent. 3-2 match. 9th-ranked Gators in front here in Nashville. Teams with 1-1 SEC records. Trying to add those points with a victory.
Simone Charlie with the ball. Down the right side looking for the corner, and she earns it.
She'll get it as it was deflected by Smith. Big chance here for Vanderbilt with under 17 to go.
Let's go, Brewer!
Thought it was. Be a free kick instead.
Looks like she might have handballed it.
There's Lydia Simmons. Scored earlier.
Great service.
Boy, a collision. That was dangerous for Florida. Marquise able to recover and make the play. Over the top to the other end, and Ogunsami. Cater trying to keep possession. Plays to Anderson.
Without chance here.
Here's Simmons. Little room to operate. Chips it in.
Simone Charlie up top.
It didn't happen. Gators punch it out of play. Vanderbilt will have the throw in. There's Simone. Credited with 2 assists tonight on each of Vanderbilt's scores. And now the Commodores will get the corner. Kayla Marquise gets set. Simmons backs up. Everybody set for Vanderbilt. Rolls this one out instead for O'Halloran.
Vanderbilt doesn't quite get what they wanted out of that corner.
Able to keep possession with Myers. Vanderbilt might have some numbers there inside the box. Pair of 20s. It was Sasha Gray and Westfall. Simmons. Tillman looking to get an angle. Rolls that one to the left and out of play.
Vanderbilt finally getting the ball in their offensive half, and they've seen a few chances but can't quite get anything on frame.
The subs for Florida. Sarah Tricoli scored the first goal of this game. I saw Myra Palaio check in. Palaio, I should say. Stays with Florida with 14 minutes. 3-2 match. There's Palaio. Rain had stopped. It looks like it's picking back up. We're at the VU Soccer and Lacrosse Complex in Nashville. Kevin Ingram, Megan Forrester, Doug Stanton, her whole crew. Jay Rocco keeping an eye on things up here in the booth. Throw in for the Commodores, 13.5 to play. Talk strategy at various points. Megan, what about for Vanderbilt here with 13 minutes to go?
13 minutes to go. You kind of have to just push your players up and give yourself as many opportunities as you can. You don't want to walk away with it from this game, you know, not taking your chances.
Gators have done a good job after they got that goal from Middleton to put them in front. Keeping possession of the ball. The chances for Vanderbilt really haven't been that plentiful. A couple here in the last minute or two, but for the most part, it's been Florida controlling possession. To the right side they go. Cardano. Ogunsami bounces over to her left to pick that one up.
Vanderbilt still looking to find that tie, get that goal that will get them back into the game.
Vanderbilt has led once tonight. They've trailed twice. The short end 3-2 right now. 12 minutes to go. Tricoli, Sharp, and Middleton for the Gators. Elliott and Simmons for the Commodores. There you see the home numbers for Vanderbilt. They have been excellent, including all those shots on goal by Simone Charlie. 3 goals allowed in this match. Florida trying to score a second conference win. They beat Ole Miss, lost to A&M. Vanderbilt's beat Mississippi State and also lost to Texas A&M. That was a week ago tonight. Second Friday night in a row against top 10 nationally ranked opponent. Darren Ambrose got to feel like his team's making progress in games like this. It's a blowout in favor of Florida last year at the end of the season. Still plenty of time. Ogunsami with Jordan in the neighborhood.
Surprisingly, haven't seen much from Savannah Jordan tonight. She's kind of hasn't been involved in many of the plays, and I think that's a testament to Vanderbilt's defense.
Done a good job watching her tonight. Here's Myers. And a big part of that effort is see Jordan come over to play, tripped up Myers, and Vanderbilt gets the whistle.
Looks like she might be pulling out a card on that one.
Yellow indeed for number 7 in blue and orange.
Probably given the card because it was from behind and no contact with the ball.
kind of slid in there. Junior out of Fayetteville, Georgia. 51 career goals. Can the Commodores here get the equalizer for the second time tonight? O'Halloran goes off a sharp and out of play. Vanderbilt coming back with Elliott and Granados. Elliott got Vanderbilt on the board back earlier in the night. As you see Carrier and Anderson go to the bench for Vandy. Charlie, right corner, opposite side, and Simmons trying to get there.
Nobody there on the far post.
Good work by Granados. Kept possession, stayed on the ball.
It's a
Myers.
great ball. Sasha Gray on it.
And earns the corner for Vanderbilt as she knocked that one off Cardano. Lena Granados, part of the Colombian team at the World Cup. Great experience for her back over the summer. Of course, Tennessee in town on Sunday. We saw Jimenez Delgado for Alabama in a preseason game we did. A little over 9 minutes left. Corner for Vanderbilt. DeZeo couldn't get enough of it to get it on frame.
Good opportunities there for Vanderbilt, but can't quite get it in the back of the net.
Under 8 to play. Big conference match here in Nashville tonight. Vanderbilt looking to prove it's making a climb in the league. Florida, of course, perennially ranked squad, coming in ranked number 9. There's the next 5 for Vanderbilt. SEC Network will have the Doors and the Vols coming up on this field on Sunday.
So Vanderbilt will have another free kick. Not too far outside the 18-yard box. Another good opportunity for them to tie the game up.
It's another set piece here. Simmons, Charlie, knocked outside the box and foul called on the headers. It's another one against Charlie.
Several calls tonight.
It's the what felt like she kind of came over the back there with Smith. Late stages of this game. There's an next goal. It would be huge. Florida trying to put it on ice. Vanderbilt looking to get even. Rolls back to Smith. Plays near side Cardano. Palayo. Sharp. Vanderbilt able to get it back out of trouble.
Good ball movement by Florida, though. Up top, getting that ball moving around and opening up some opportunities.
That's one there where the wet field probably helped Florida. That ball sort of stopped after it bounced on the opposite side of midfield. Little whiff there by Westfall gives Vanderbilt a chance of the ball. Throw in for Charlie. She'll let her teammate take it. It's be O'Halloran. 6.5 remaining.
Vanderbilt looking for an opportunity here.
Granados bumped off by Smith. O'Halloran kind of slipped right there. Charlie right side. Blasted out of play by the Gators. Vanderbilt with a throw-in coming up. There's Dan Ambrose, goes over to retrieve the ball. No time to waste for Vanderbilt with 6 minutes to go.
Definitely need to start pushing some numbers forward, pressing as high as they can, and go for that game-tying goal.
No whistle. Play continues. Players keep their feet. Sharp. Jordan. Offside. Went to Ogunsami. There is Savannah Jordan, the All-American.
You got a glimpse there of what she can do with the ball at her feet and the speed and the strength that she has.
There she is again. Tellman to DeZeo for the Commodores. Darty Howard has been in the middle of things. Little space here as we go under 5 minutes in this match. Can hear some very vocal Florida fans. I think they wanted a whistle in that play a moment ago. Coaches direct things. Late stages of this game. 4.5 to go.
A little time left for Vanderbilt. They really have to start getting that ball up the field, playing a little more direct, and put as many players forward as possible.
Lydia Simmons trying to help get the ball over to Florida for the kick as quickly as possible. Save a little time here. Florida team with a lot of freshmen, 15 of them in the program this year, but a lot of experience, All-American caliber players. Header gets it out of danger over the end line, and Commodores will go the other way. You see the rain, you see the time and score. Under 4 to go. Here's Palaio, number 27 for Florida, as DeZeo will send it away for Vanderbilt. Granados. Elliott couldn't keep the play moving forward for Vanderbilt. 3.5 to go. Tricoli scored the first goal tonight. Jordan trying to score that goal that would more than likely put it on ice for the Gators. Just over 3 minutes left. Westfall couldn't keep control.
Vanderbilt not really pushing as many numbers forward as I think you would at the last 3 minutes of the game when you're down a goal and really have nothing to lose at this point.
DeZeo. Two and a half now. Punched into the stands as Granados got there to knock it away. The score holds. Betsy Middleton will have the winner for Florida. Transfer from Miami. Junior from North Carolina. Here comes Aaron Myers, the Vanderbilt captain. Trying to connect with Charlie. Knocked away as we hit about 2 minutes to go. Tangle up on the sideline. Smith and O'Halloran. Look from field level.
Looks like she got an elbow in the back.
Cardano. The kick for Florida with 1:45.
Can Vanderbilt win the ball back in time to tie the game up?
Been pretty impressive by Florida after they took the lead. Able to keep possession, limit the chances for Vanderbilt in the second half, under 90 seconds.
Florida's definitely done a good job this half of keeping possession and dominating. Vanderbilt hasn't seen too many chances.
A game that went back and forth in the first half. 2 goals for each side. Vanderbilt led 2-1. It was Brooke Sharp evening things up for the Gators. A couple unanswered goals, including the one we talked about by Middleton, as we are under a minute. It's SEC match here in Nashville. Whistle stops play again with 45 seconds. Florida content to take its sweet time. Nothing fancy. Simmons. Charlie. Can Vanderbilt give itself one last chance? They'll have a throw in near midfield. They'll have to hurry.
20 seconds left.
Toward midfield. Time running short. 10 seconds to play.
8, 7, 6, 5.
On a rainy night in Nashville, the team from the Sunshine State scores the SEC victory as 9th-ranked Florida defeats Vanderbilt 3-2. A goal by Betsy Middleton in the second half. The Gators come out with a win. They go to 2-1 in conference play. Vanderbilt 1-2. Megan, you got to feel good about the way Vanderbilt performed tonight against the top 10 opponent.
They did. That first half, they played very well. Going into the second half, however, Florida definitely came out and dominated. So
Did a
they
great
definitely
job
worked for the win.
keeping possession, getting the win. For Megan Forrester, I'm Kevin Ingram saying so long from Nashville. You can watch this replay and others on the family of ESPN networks. Watch ESPN.com or the app. This has been a presentation of the SEC ESPN Network. Good night from Nashville.